All right. So, you guys are good to go?
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for your time today. If you're having trouble hearing us or the slides aren't advancing properly, please notify us in the chat box at the top of your screen. This is a re-recording from our earlier presentation that had some technical difficulties, and we appreciate your patience and hopefully a little bit of grace. My name is Sean Fogarty, GM of Digital Advertising for Virginia Media, a Google Premier Partner and the publisher of the Virginian Pilot, Daily Press, and Virginia Gazette, as well as many other award-winning niche publications. Joining me in the presentation of today's material is Katie Bingham, Director of Media Planning and Optimization. Our goal with these webinars is to create a dialogue amongst the participants by sharing best practices, exchanging ideas, sharing questions and answering them, sharing challenges, and always to especially share victories. We ask you about your biggest challenges during the registration process, and we will touch on several of those in today's webinar. We also ask that you submit any questions to us in the future if you need them so that we can address them right away. This webinar is a community effort with the hopes of a community participation benefiting all participants during this challenging time. Today, we want to cover 5 areas that are foundational to navigating the business during this ever-changing time. The first item that we want to address is your Google My Business presence. The second is updating your website to address today's needs. The third item we want to touch on is success through social media. The fourth item is we want to provide 5 things we recommend you do now because we want to provide actionable takeaways that you can put into practice immediately for your business. And lastly, we want to talk about how we can help if or when you are short on time or resources or both. While some of these items may seem basic, given the fluidity of today's marketplace and constantly changing digital landscape, they may serve as solid reminders or lead to larger discussions within your organization. I'm now going to turn it over to Katie to take us through our first topic.
Thank you, Sean. Okay, first up, we are going to talk about your Google My Business listing. If by chance you have not claimed Google My Business listing, we would definitely recommend you do that as an action item from today's webinar. It is a really powerful tool and completely free to claim. You just need to go to google.com/business to get started managing your listing. You can even manage your page with the Google My Business app, which is really easy to use, especially with everything changing day to day. Since things are changing day to day, consumers are turning to search engines like Google to find out information about a business. So it is imperative that your Google My Business listing reflects your current business status, including things like your current business hours, name, phone number, and any updates to your business model. For your hours, if they have changed, make sure that is reflected on your listing. This will update your hours across all Google search results, including map listings. Based on the current environment, you can even mark your business as temporarily closed if necessary. Google has confirmed that even if you do mark your business as temporarily closed, this will not affect your search rankings and your listing will be treated similar to an open business. As with all things Google, they may review changes to ensure quality. So there may be delay in your updates showing live, in addition to the fact that they're working with a reduced staff right now. We are also sharing everything that is available as of today. They have been releasing a lot of new features lately, so we would recommend logging in on a regular basis to access and utilize all the latest features. For restaurants, if you now offer curbside service, takeout, or delivery, Google is allowing businesses to actually edit their business name to reflect this. This is new. So let's say your business name is Sean's Grill. You can actually change the business name of your listing to Sean's Grill Delivery Available, which is really cool, and it's a really easy way to communicate that change across all of Google. I know this is happening a lot locally here in the Hampton Roads, Virginia area based on our current stay-at-home order. But if you are listening from outside Virginia, please refer to your current community requirements before making any updates. Okay, now you've reviewed your business hours and your name. This would also be a really good time to confirm your business phone number is still the same. You can even think about adding new photos to your listing to reflect what is going on in your stores or offices right now. In addition, Google has a newly created post type you will find in the dashboard called COVID-19 Update. Here you can post your business-related updates, including new delivery options or inventory changes, just like you would on a social media platform. These are all just a few ways we recommend you utilizing your Google My Business page today to communicate with your customers. Now, Sean is going to talk about the importance of your website.
Thanks, Katie. It has long been said that your website should be a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week salesperson representing your business. Today's fluid marketplace requires you to make these changes and decisions about your website. So ask yourself, do your business hours and business operations on your website accurately reflect the way you're doing business today? And here's some food for thought. If you provide medical-related services and now offer telehealth appointments, is that readily clear to visitors of your website? Have you changed your business model to bring products to the consumer before they buy? So if you retail vehicles or furniture, for example, could you offer to bring their product to their home, to the consumer's home, as opposed to the customer visiting your retail outlet? And if so, have you changed your website to reflect how you're doing and going about conducting business? If you haven't already embraced e-commerce, there is no better time to do so. It is an expectation of consumers nowadays to be able to transact with businesses in a fast, frictionless environment. Ask yourself, is that possible with your business today? And frequently asked questions pages. Do you have one? And if you do, when was it last updated? Does it include the most commonly asked questions you're receiving today in today's business climate? Is your website mobile friendly? Is it fast on a mobile device? If you answered, I don't know, to either of these questions, let's do a quick test. Go to thinkwithgoogle.com/feature/test-my-site and enter your website address. Once this has been complete, you will receive a report of how well your website did, along with some recommendations to continue to improve. Because remember, today's consumer, who has a short attention span, expects a fast, frictionless web experience. Otherwise, they're off to another solution for their problem. Are you wondering where to start with your website changes and updates? Well, we suggest you take a look at your Google Analytics and let the data tell you where to start. Look for what is the most popular page of your website. What is the most popular entrance page of your website? It may not be your home page. What is the most popular exit page of your website? And how much time is a visitor spending on your website? Is that amount of time increasing or decreasing? And is that a good thing or a bad thing? These are all questions that you need to ask yourself and make decisions, because this information tells you where consumers and visitors to your website see value, because this is where they are spending their time. Or are you in a place where it is time for a brand new website instead of making updates to the current look and feel? Now is a good time to reflect, review, and make that decision. I'm going to change it over here to Katie to talk about our next topic.
Thank you, Sean. That was all really great info. And just as we want to ensure you have the most accurate and up-to-date information on Google and your website, you cannot forget about the social media platforms your business uses. Make sure to review your profile information, all the About Us stuff, to make sure everything we've been discussing is still accurate. Things like your hours, phone number, and products and services you are currently offering. This is a critical time to utilize the instant communication offered on social media platforms. With things changing day to day, people are already getting used to checking social media for the latest updates. We would recommend keeping some of these things in mind while crafting your message in the current environment. Increase your post frequency. Consistent and frequent content about your current products and services available will keep your fans and followers informed and up to date. I know it may seem hard to break through all the noise right now, but your loyal fans and followers will appreciate the consistent and frequent updates. Show your customers who makes up your company and how you are handling things. Share photos and behind-the-scenes snapshots where it makes sense. Don't forget to highlight other services and great things being done in your community. We are all in this together, and I know I've seen some incredible stories shared across local small businesses that is making a really big impact. Communicate things you are planning to do after the crisis is over. This will not only give people hope and things to look forward to, it will also help you maintain engagement if you're in a situation where you don't know when events will begin again or when your brick and mortar will reopen. You can even try some contests to boost engagement. You could do something as simple as asking people to share photos or even give away gift cards to use in the future to drive sales. But don't forget, it's so important to read, listen, and respond to what people are saying to you. You never know. You may get an idea of how to pivot your business right now through delivery or pickup options you have never even considered. We have heard of some local retailers leveraging Facebook and Instagram to take orders and start delivering to customers, something they would not normally consider, but it's working for them. And remember, organic posting on Facebook will only be seen by users who already like your page. If you want to get your message out to more people, you should really consider some paid media through boosting posts or purchasing ads. And on that note, we wanted to take a few minutes to share a couple of examples we are seeing on the paid social media front right now in terms of data and trends. As we mentioned, people are getting used to checking social media for updates. The first image that you will see here on top is from a restaurant running ads with us on Facebook. You will notice a very obvious increase in their reach when we updated their messaging on March 18th to promote online ordering and curbside pickup, then another uptick on March 25th when we changed the messaging to include the addition of new delivery services. Overall, these ads have seen a 33% increase in reach and a 166% increase in link clicks, which is absolutely incredible right now. The second image on the bottom is from a local retailer. Reach started to ramp up here after the messaging was changed from stop in to shop online, which actually surpassed their spike in traffic from President's Day, as you can see in that spike highlighted from February. We are also trying to be more cognizant of imagery we are using on social right now, updating any images and ads to remove group photos or photos of people hanging out on the beach, just to avoid any negative impact on the brand. What this data is showing us, at least currently, is that more people are on social media, interacting with businesses that are engaging with their customers and communicating their current strategy. We really hope that this has been helpful and valuable data to share with you all today.
Webinars such as these are only valuable if there are actual items from the session. We hope this has been a valuable use of your time today, and we want to provide a quick list of 5 things you should do today. First and foremost, claim, if you haven't already, your Google My Business listing. And if you have claimed it, update it to make sure it accurately reflects your business state today. Second, update your website to reflect your current business operation and any other changes that you're currently doing during this business climate. Third, put products and services that are the most popular with the audience based on the data you see from Google Analytics front and center. Fourth, update and confirm the About Us sections of your social media profiles and make sure that they are correct. And last but not least, continue to message in the marketplace. From the examples that we just saw from Katie, as well as research, it all shows that businesses that continue to stay in front of consumers fare better than those that pause or stop messaging altogether. So are you running short of time or resources or both? This is where we can bring value and where Virginia Media can help. Although advertisers, especially small to medium-sized business advertisers, can do this stuff themselves in a DIY format, they don't always have the time or resources to do it themselves. So, in that case, reach out to us and we would be happy to provide any and all of the following: your LinkedIn score, a Facebook business page analysis, a report showing how your business is listed in directories across the web to make sure that it all has the correct information as your business is conducting business today, a custom digital audit or a competitive analysis, and lastly, if you don't have the time, we can also execute a Google Site Speed report for you. Do you want to stay in the know and stay on the top of what's happening? Go to virginiamedia.com for industry insights and sign up for our email communication, which includes thought starters, data, as well as new opportunities to help your business and the community. As we mentioned at the outset of today's webinar, our goal is to make these webinars an ongoing effort with technology's help. And we certainly have ideas that interest us for topics such as the importance of marketing research around crisis moments, and especially the new normal once we get through all of this, or how nonprofits can use marketing for fundraising when donations slow due to event cancellations. We've also talked about how to use technology like this to go live successfully without any technological hiccups through webinars and online broadcasts, hopefully. And lastly, we've discussed how to effectively measure conversions and calculate your return on investment. But we want to hear from you. Tell us what topics you want us to cover so that we can take that feedback and continue to make your experience with us valuable and actionable. Thank you for your time today. We thank you for you spending time with us. If there's any way that we can help, here's the contact information for both me and Katie, and we look forward to talking to you again in the future.